Hey y'all, happy Wednesday. Welcome to our math class. It is a great day and I'm so excited that you're here joining us for this recorded lesson. I do have to take a moment and apologize in advance. Today is going to be a little difficult because I'm going to need you to switch between our class recording and our Nearpod that we're doing today because we're going to switch some instructions. There'll be some all together here and I'll ask you to go back to your Nearpod. Video again, pause it, go back to Nearpod, but hopefully it will work well for all of us. It is a self-paced Nearpod, so it'll have the same slides you're seeing on the screen around me in a moment as well as behind me, but you can click through them at your own pace. You can pause this video as much as you want to, and it will keep us a-rolling. So, without further ado, let's get started. Here we are. Welcome to our day on place value and decimals review. We are going to have a quiz during our class on Friday, whether you're coming to a live class or a recorded session. We will be having a quiz on Friday, so I want to make sure we take some time today to prepare and make sure we review. Unlike our previous recorded classes, you will not see so many answers given today. If you do have questions about any of them, please shoot me a text, a Schoology message, or drop in anytime tomorrow during my help hours with Miss Hayden. If you want to check your answers or you have questions, those are the best things to do because we're not revealing answers during our live class today. So here is our agenda. We're going to start with a welcoming ritual today, and then we're going to move into a number talk, talking about some donuts today, and I love donuts. And then we'll move on to our quiz review and wrap things up with our exit ticket. So, our welcoming ritual today, I want to ask you, what are you hopeful for? What is something you're hoping will happen today, this week, this year? Just what's something you're excited that might happen? I am more than happy to share mine. I am very hopeful that no matter what happens the rest of this year, that when you're here at Gillisville Middle in 6th grade, that you come say hello to me pretty regularly. I hope that you don't forget about me and that you come say hello when you're in the building in 6th grade. I'm also hopeful that we'll be back in the building soon, but I know some of us will be staying virtual for the rest of this year no matter what happens. So I hope when you get the chance to say hello, you do come say hello. I love to see y'all, and y'all make me smile so much. So please share something you're hopeful about or something you're hopeful for with me, with a friend, with a parent, with an adult somewhere in your life. Anyone you want, share something that you're hopeful for. And you can even ask them what they're hopeful for too. I bet you'd be surprised to hear what one of your friends or your family members are hopeful for during this time. All right, so now we are going to do a number talk. Now I'm actually also going to ask you to click, once we start this, once I give you the instructions, click into Nearpod, and I'm going to have you illustrate it on there. But without counting one by one, I want you to figure out how many maple donuts there are. Now, the maple donuts are the light brown ones or the tan ones. The dark brown ones are chocolate, and those are all for Mr. Barton. He can have all of those. I want the maple ones. So go into your Nearpod now. It is, if you're watching this in Schoology, it's right below me. If you are watching this on YouTube, go to our Schoology page, click on link to today's Nearpod, and then fill out how you determine how many maple donuts there are without counting them one by one. It'll actually let you draw on that page on the Nearpod. You can circle, you can type, but put your explanation in there. I can't wait to see yours. Awesome. All right, so pause this here, jump into the Nearpod, and figure out how many maple donuts there are. Welcome back. Now as we start getting into our lesson today, our review today, we're going to move into our review of decimals, our review of place value, and get ready for a quiz on Friday. Now, I'd really like to, there we go. We'll switch over to a pen here, and what we're going to do is label each place value. So this will be something you do back in the Nearpod. But before we jump in there, it's clearly cutting my head off, so I'll have to shrink down. I want to get started on the ones place. Now, I put the same number vertically and horizontally. It's the same number going across the top and across the side. I did that so you can either write vertically, up and down, or you can write side to side. Whichever you choose to do is completely okay. So I labeled the ones place for us. I want you to go from thousands to thousandths and label all of them. You don't have to label both the horizontal and the vertical number. Choose one, and then you'll be good to go. Awesome. All right, so dive into the Nearpod. Pause this video. Once you are finished with this slide in the Nearpod, come on back, and we'll move on. Awesome. Welcome back. So we are going to now move on to the opposite side. So we just labeled all of our place values, and now I want you to figure out what place value the 4 is in each number. Each of these numbers has a 4 in it in some digit. You'll see here's a 4, there's another 4, another 4, another 4, another 4. All I want you to do is say what place value they're in. We'll do the first one together, and then I'll let you go back to our Nearpod and do the next 5. This first one is right here, and I know that that place value is it's not the ones place, it is the tens place. That 4 is in the tens place, and it represents 40. So you'll see it here behind me in just a moment, but that 4 is in the tens place. The 3 would be in the ones place, the 2 is in the hundreds place, the 0 is in the tenths place, and the 9 is in the hundredths place. So you are good to pause this video, dive back into the Nearpod, fill out those, sorry there's only 4 more, I can't count apparently today. Do the next 4 in your Nearpod on your own. Once you're done labeling the place value for each of those 4, come on back with us and we'll move on to some comparing of decimals. Well, welcome back. I'm so glad you're here, and I just have to bump this up. It keeps sliding down on me. I don't know why. What is sliding it down, but it keeps cutting me off. There we go. So, I'm glad you've got those labeled in your Nearpod. Make sure you've done them. That's how you get credit for today. And now we're going to compare each pair. So, we want to compare our decimals on the left and on the right. This is just like we were doing earlier this week and last week. We know we want to line up our decimal place, and then we're going to work from left to right to compare each place value. So we're going to compare first our tens place, and we see 2 is equal to 2, so those are exactly the same. Our ones place, again, exactly the same. We have a 3 on the top number and a 3 on the bottom. So now we're moving to the tenths place, and our tenths place is different. So we're going to ask ourselves, hey, which is bigger, the 4 or the 5? Well, if you're like me, you'd rather have $5 than $4, so we know the 5 is bigger. That makes this whole number bigger. I should say this entire number, it's not a whole number, this is decimal, this entire number bigger than the number on top. That means the first number is less than the second number. 23 and 45 hundredths is less than 23 and 5 tenths. As you're going through this, remember that the open side of your sign is towards the bigger number, just like it's eating it. That's how I always remember. So now you get to dive back into Nearpod. Now there are 5 more. Do these next 5 in our Nearpod, and then come back as we wrap it up today. So go pause this video. I'll see you in just a moment. Awesome, welcome back. It is time for our exit ticket. Now, you don't need to do this exit ticket in the Nearpod. In fact, please don't do this exit ticket in the Nearpod. Once you've seen these 3 questions, you can click the link in our Schoology page in the Monday, January 27th folder. It says Exit Ticket 0127, and answer these 3 questions. First, what do you need to do to be successful on your quiz on Friday? Second, did you practice G12 on IXL yesterday? And then the third question says, which is bigger, 23.45 or 23.456? There are your 3 exit ticket questions. Y'all, once you got these in, you have done our math class for today. I am so proud of you for sticking through here till the end. Have an amazing, amazing day. I love y'all, and I will see y'all soon. Bye, y'all.